Hi, this is Chaz Palminteri, and if you're thinking about getting your eyes done, the only person to see is Dr. Rothman of LASIK of Nevada. I flew all the way from New York to be here, and Dr. Rothman did my eyes. And all I could say is, it's a miracle. I could see. You see Dr. Rothman of LASIK of Nevada.
From the Strip in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Pub Crawl, where each week we struggle to recall our adventures in and around Las Vegas, giving a unique perspective on the best places to tear it up in the entertainment capital of the world. Now, without further ado, here are your hosts, Alicia and David Ivey.
Hey there, and welcome to Pub Crawl, the best source of Vegas-y drinky goodness. I'm Alicia.
I'm Vegas Dave.
Vegas Dave.
I decided, I didn't even run that by you. I decided today that I am Vegas Dave.
Can I be Vegas Al?
You could be Big Vegas Al.
Big Vegas Al.
Live studio audience!
Welcome to live chat room.
Live chat room! I was driving around listening to one of the numerous Vegas podcasts I listen to. Driving around to my work through Vegas. To my new job through Vegas, like going up industrial and over and like in Vegas. I'm like preparing for my Vegas show, the Pub Crawl. Going, I am Vegas Dave. If that's not taken, I'm taking it.
Oh, I wonder. You could try.
Could I be Vegas? I mean, because I'm going to ask you. Does that sound pretentious and weird?
No, it actually fits pretty well.
All right. Well,
Vegas Dave.
Without further ado, cocktail of the week.
Time.
All right, because of what we're going to talk about later, this drink is called the Caution Flag.
Ooh,
Caution
sounds dangerous.
Simple. White rum, sweet and sour, and fill with Sprite. So let's try this. I need glasses, which is right here. Ice, which is right here.
Oh, your secret ice stash?
Yes. Okay, what did it say? 2 ounces?
Okay, into each?
Right.
Are you going to use a shaker?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
This is a, what do they call it? A built cocktail? Or a piled? I don't know.
Okay.
2 ounces.
2 ounces of white rum.
So we'll do the little one twice instead of the big one twice, which would be 3 ounces of rum. Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's half. Okay, 2 ounces of white rum, which is more clear if you ask me.
Clear rum, okay. We have our fancy Largo Bay Barbados rum here. 1 ounce of sweet and sour mix.
We're going to be full right here. I think. Oh, no, maybe not.
No. I think you need another ounce of rum. And then you fill with Sprite.
Wow, I like the technical terms like that. Fill
with Sprite.
Yeah. Oh, it's a caution flag. It's yellow. See? Get it? Get it? All right. Let's see how this goes. It doesn't sound very good.
I'm curious. What do you think?
It's fine. Tastes like a margarita with rum in it.
Yeah, it's really kind of
pedestrian. Not bad.
It's not bad.
It's like a margarita. If you don't like tequila, do this. Instead of a margarita.
I think it could use a garnish, though.
Probably supposed to have a lime wedge.
Okay.
All right.
Well, on to the drunk term.
Drunk term of the week.
This week's drunk term is Hooch Hotel.
A Hooch Hotel.
Hooch Hotel, which is basically a drunk tank. So I was going to actually check the news and see how many people got canned for
St. Patrick's Day.
But
Hooch Hotel's the drunk tank.
Yeah.
That's a great I spent the weekend in Hooch Hotel. That's funny. It was not funny if you actually got there, but.
No. I'm sure a lot of people weren't laughing.
No. Well, now that we got our cocktail, if you'd like to get a hold of us, pubcrawl at vegasvideonetwork.com. That's pubcrawl at vegasvideonetwork.com. Also, instead of the toll-free listener line, which I don't have to memorize anymore, right on the Vegas Video Network site, there's a little button on the far right. You push it, and there's the little, what do you call it? Oh, yeah, there's us live. Right there.
Just hit start recording, and you could send a voice message.
Right there.
We would love to hear from you.
Also, the great KSHP 1400 AM every Friday night. You can hear us here in Las Vegas. Roku, iTunes, YouTube. iTunes, we got a lot of reviews. We're like 34 reviews.
Nice.
And which is nice. Thank you very much. We should start listing off who did that. That's a nice thing to do. So. Also, as of today, Facebook.com/LVPubCrawl. We're getting a Facebook page. I made it today, so join us on Facebook.
I looked at it today. It had 1 like.
It was me.
Oh, that's cool.
I liked it.
So go check it out and like us.
Yeah, like us.
If
Yeah,
you like us.
that'd be great. So now let's do a quick station ID and come back with our pub crawl adventure.
Do it.
Traditional media believes that after about 3 minutes, you'll tune out. Most Vegas media companies think if it doesn't jiggle, you won't tune in. At the Vegas Video Network, we think both are wrong. The Vegas Video Network is the first and only live online broadcast network that specializes in insider news and expert views about Vegas. We combine great storytelling with the ability to watch when and where you want on your computer, mobile device, or television. Discover the real Las Vegas. Visit VegasVideoNetwork.com.
And we're back.
We're back. Vegas Dave is taken. Man.
Live Studio Studios just checked it out for us and taken.
That doesn't
Also,
mean I still can't call
Las
myself Vegas
Dave.
Dave.
Is taken.
But I am all about Las Vegas. Really. So Pub Crawl Adventures is where we tell you about the things we did, the things we saw. And this has been a crazy week or so. We're not even going to talk about St. Patrick's Day. Yes, we are.
Oh, okay.
Never mind.
Well, okay.
It just occurred to me. Yes, we are.
Whoa, what are we going to say?
Well,
It's not in my notes.
First off, speaking of St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yes, that's right. O'Shea's is closing April 30th.
Really?
O'Shea's Hotel. Is there a hotel in O'Shea's, or is it just a casino?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Casino Royale, I don't think has a hotel either. I think they're just casinos. But
It's
O'Shea's
closing down to get ready for the
Link project.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're closing that whole thing down and put the big Ferris wheel in. So they're really going forward with that.
Well, we were walking by the other day, and there was a lot of construction going on.
I know it's kind of a mess.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Are
we
you
started.
sad about that?
No, I'm not. I think I've been in O'Shea's twice ever.
Okay.
I was like, I was
But
trying to think
if
of
you
like,
it, go check it out.
if you like it, you better go now because it ain't gonna be around forever. So we did something that we've been meaning to do for a long time. First off, go to a place we've been meaning to go to for a long time, which is Tommy Rocker's Cantina and Grill. Now, Tommy Rocker's, I thought forever was a Tony Roma's because the logo looks very the same.
We got the address here. It's 4275 South Dean Martin Drive.
Right, it's right behind Caesar's Palace, but it's just on the other side of the freeway.
It's a little hard to get to.
Kinda. It's easier than it looks like. It's right next to the freeway. It's almost easier to walk there from Caesar's than to drive around.
I would not want to try to walk. It seems like, I don't know, you'd walk and then you get stuck and you couldn't cross.
Yeah, because it's like on the on-ramp.
It's a little confusing.
Yeah, really weird. It's owned by Tommy Rocker, obviously. He's a local musician, kind of local celebrity guy. He plays there every Thursday and Friday night, one-man band. And I think he was good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
For a one-man band, I like one-man bands, by the way. Now, he's not a one-man band like where he's got like cymbals between his knees and like, no, he just plays guitar with tracks and he sings. I got to say, fun crowd. It's that what I would call an older crowd, meaning they're our age. But, like when you're a kid, you go to like a rock show. And then this would be for the older people, the VH1 crowd. Like this would be, because they're all like older, drinking, having a good time. Now that we're that age, realizing they're having more fun. It's a real jumping place. I mean, there's a lot of people in there. The music's going. There happened to be a birthday party that we were there.
Yeah.
So there was cake everywhere. I mean, on the floor, on people. It was on the walls.
Okay, yeah, that's all coming back to me now. I was like, what were we doing there? Oh, yeah, there was cake everywhere.
Yeah, it was cake everywhere.
That was fun.
Really fun joint. Anyways, behind Caesar's, it's kind of hard to get to. You kind of come up over Flamingo and do this little wrap around like you're getting on the freeway and you just pull right in. Now, the reason we went is because every Saturday night they have Saturday night truck stop where a select number, I think it's like 8 or 5 food trucks.
I think it's always about 8 different ones.
Local food trucks pull up. And so we went there for that. Now, the website says it's 10 to 4 a.m., the food truck. But it says right there, 8 to 2:30 or whatever. It's like that. It's really confusing. We were there pretty early, and they were all there. It was running. Now what they have there is what you see there is a bow brawl. What's that is back of the house brawl. Now this is what's funny. You got the food trucks, and you can go up and eat whatever you want. And Tommy Rockers apparently has good food. I would know because there's food trucks out there, and you're encouraged to get your food and go inside Tommy Rockers and eat it inside. You don't. They're not like it's cool. They're cool with that.
Yeah, and they had a deal before. I don't know if it's every week, but if you have a receipt or you buy something from a food truck, you can go into Tommy Rockers and then just get like $1 beer.
Oh yeah, you get like a PBR. Or
yeah, they got like little comps. If you go to the food trucks,
which is really cool. I like that symbiotic relationship. That's really awesome. But anyway, this back of the house brawl also happens. Okay, the food trucks are there all night, but apparently at like 1 a.m, when all the people get off work, all the local chefs and all the people that work in restaurants get off work, then they have the back of the house brawl. Now explain the back of the house brawl this week.
Okay,
for instance,
so this week, and it changes every week. So this week is Chef Brian Howard from Comme French restaurant in the Cosmo, and Chef Sean Griffin, who's at Prime at Bellagio. So they're actually going to, let's see, before they were doing a secret ingredient that the chefs had to use and then people would judge. But this week they're going to let the chefs make up their own street food and serve it for that night. And then if you go and you try the food from each of the trucks, then you get a little ticket and you could enter into
like a raffle.
Like a raffle. So then you can judge who was the better chef.
Yeah, those are the two guys right there. I think it's killer. This is Comme and the steakhouse at Bellagio.
Yeah, the Prime.
These guys are not slouches. They're going to come in and they take over 2 of the trucks for an hour.
Yeah, so they're taking over the Rusty Pickle and what else? And Lola D's Kitchen.
Okay, so all the rest of the night you can just get what those trucks have. But during this moment, these guys, these top chef dudes, go into the truck and make up whatever they want, and you get to try it.
Which is awesome. I mean,
that's
such
so
a great opportunity to go and try these amazing chefs' foods.
Yeah, I mean, is that a great idea or what? And that happens at like 2 or 3 in the morning. It's late. I mean, this is a late night thing. But if you're at Tommy Rockers watching the band, having drinks, then, and what we did, we ate early at like 8. You can like wait around and then like 2 in the morning.
You can go back. Actually, we were considering that. We were going out for the night. We stopped, we got something. And then
we thought later we're going to eat again.
We're going to drive by. We're going to be hungry again.
Right. Why not? We actually, what are the trucks that are going to be there this week?
Okay, Lola D's Kitchen, the Rusty Pickle, Chef's Kitchen, it's spelled SHEFF's Kitchen, Barbecue Boy, Snow Ono Shaved Ice, and the Foxy Ladies Cupcakes.
Oh, wow. The Shave Ice place we saw it first Friday. Now, we got Shave Ice in Hawaii.
Yeah, that was, I wonder if it's the
It is like Solid Machine. They've got the same machine. If you've ever had Shave Ice, it's the most ridiculous thing. I thought, a snow cone, what's the big deal? Who cares? I can't explain if you've never had a Shave Ice. It's more like ice cream. Even though it's just ice, they shave it so thin, it turns like creamy.
It's almost creamy.
I can't explain what. It's the weirdest feeling ever because you think you're eating ice cream.
Even though I swear in Hawaii that they did this the shaved ice and then they put like coconut milk. It's like something over it.
No, they poured sauce. Just the green. We had the 3 flavors on top.
But it wasn't?
Nope.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's delicious. You have to try it.
Yeah. So that's going to be there too.
Must try things.
So what a fun night. You go, you park, you go outside. Now that the weather is going to be 80 degrees.
Oh, yeah. Finally that cold spell.
Yeah, we were sitting there freezing when we were eating. And
I was wearing my wool coat.
Yeah, you had you had a big white coat. We had to be careful.
Oh, yeah.
It's the day you got it. And if you know about the famous white coat.
No.
It's famous. But yeah, we got, was it Vietnamese? No, we got Filipino food. What did we get?
Filipino.
I didn't like it.
I wasn't crazy about it.
No, I was like, in fact, that was going to be my tip of the week. Don't eat off the same food truck. For 2 reasons. One, if it's not very good, well, then you both got the same thing. That's kind of dumb. And 2, what if you get sick? Then you both get sick.
Even though I've never heard of anybody getting sick off of these food
trucks. These aren't roach coaches. These are food trucks. I know, I'm just kidding. But also you would have tried different things. And I should have tried something else. And you should have got the naked burrito off the redneck.
I know, because it's so delicious. I love Mexican food, and that was just like, oh.
It's a burrito without the tortillas. It's in the bowl.
Just meat and cheese and everything, and they're so good.
So anyway, that's a great night. You just can't go wrong with that. So anyway, stopped in there, had dinner, whatever. Then headed over to an old place in town, the Riviera. probably only the third, maybe fourth time we've ever even been in the Riviera. It's right next door to the studio. It's right there. In fact, we started at the Pepper Mill, which is right across the street from us, from where we are right now. Had a few drinks in there, a few expensive drinks. Then went to Club Riviera, in the Riviera. And I'm not even going to say what we saw. Well, I better explain it before we play it. Imagine Elvis Presley, but he sings to heavy metal. So we saw Metal Elvis at the Riviera.
I think that kind of sums it up right there, Metal
Elvis.
Elvis.
Is going to sum it up. Hit this. And you got to see it to believe it.
And I won't be better for.
So that was You Really Got Me with Elvis singing. But he wasn't singing You Really Got Me.
Right.
I mean, he was singing Elvis songs. So then they did that all night. It was such a great show.
Oh,
Free show just in the lounge.
It was so much fun.
In the lounge, free show. His next show, he's going to be back at the Riviera April 6th and 7th.
I'm going.
We're going. I mean, it was so amazing. Little weird. If you know me, I'm not a big fan of bands that all dress different. I just never thought that's cool. And they do that. They got Slash guy. They look like Slash guy on guitar, who's one of the amazing guitar player. They had like a Nikki Sixx guy on bass.
Peter Criss.
Was really good, and then Peter Criss looking guy on drums. It's like, well, I'm not a big fan of me. Just why don't you guys just look like a metal band and have Elvis sing? I don't like that hodgepodgey kind of thing. But
I think it works with these guys though.
Well, kinda, but then you've got because you got Slash, Elvis, and what? You can see him right there. It's cool. It doesn't matter because it's such an amazing show. He's got so much charisma.
Well, and he's been doing. Well, he was an Elvis impersonator for.
Yeah,
how many
he worked
years?
at American Superstars.
Decades.
Or whatever. Yeah, so the guy knows his Elvis.
Yeah, he is great.
Really, really good. Can't say enough. Funny thing is, we walk in there. This comes into the adventure part. So we met up some friends at Peppermill. Let's go see Metal Elvis. So we walked back through to Metal Elvis. By the way, parking at Riviera, terrible. Terrible. One of the worst ever. I think they built it before there were cars, so it just didn't really work very well. And so we should have just walked from the Peppermill. And we're sitting there just digging it. And who sits down at our table? Scott Whitney.
Scott Whitney. He talked about it on his show too. He just ran into us. Like, that was really cool. What a small town this is.
I know.
I love it.
And he was going to see Amazing Jonathan, but we ended up having so much fun, we just hung out. But we were in a little bit of a pickle, not a rusty pickle, but we were in a little bit of a pickle because it was getting to be about 11 o'clock, and that's getting pretty late, because on this particular day, the time change was happening at 2 in the morning. And on this particular day, we had to be up and ready to go at 7 in the morning.
Which is not right for us. It's not how our bodies work.
No, it isn't. But I will tell you what we had to get up for. I didn't know what to expect, had second thoughts. I am so glad we got up for it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ivies, no kidding, went and fell in love with, at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, NASCAR.
That's right.
Oh my God. That was one of the high points of my life. Was the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
I think you love it. You love it way more than I love it. I thought it was cool. I loved it. It was a good experience, but man, you're in love.
Oh,
he got like a NASCAR app on his phone, which I think you should.
Yeah, we talked about. I have not missed a race since. I wanted to go to Fontana this weekend to catch the race there. It's
only a 3-hour drive.
Well, what happened is you immediately turn into the 7-year-old boy and their cars. I think I might have mentioned this.
Yeah.
That, like, oh, NASCAR, whatever, it's just a bunch of, oh my God, this is amazing! Because, did I explain any of this on the show? I haven't talked about this yet, right?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I've told the story so many times that anybody that
I've heard it 1,000 times.
Every time we're at any bar, I'm like, I like NASCAR, no matter who it is.
Look at my NASCAR.
Yeah, I've got them on my keys. Like, oh, look.
You actually do.
Yeah, like, there's Kyle Busch on my keychain. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna get me like number 3 sticker on the back window with a little halo over it for Dale Earnhardt. I'm like, we were at the golf club on Thursday, and I walked in and no matter what we're talking to, I'm like, I like NASCAR. Guess what? I like NASCAR. So what happened was, so you sit down. Well, first off, we had pit passes the whole 9 yards. We were like treated like we were like royalty at NASCAR. So we go around, we do the pits, we go to the garages. I don't know what to expect yet, right? So we're in the garage, and they're all just kind of just cars. And there's like 15 guys working on them, and they're really pretty. They got,
the guys or the cars?
The guys. And, they got the big Tide logo and the big...
I like Tide.
I like Tide. The big
Tide.
Zest logo or the M&Ms or whatever. like huge. Man, that guy really likes M&Ms. And and then one of them will fire up like 100 yards away and shakes the ground. One is like, and you're like, oh my God, that's one of them. So since I know nothing of NASCAR, I'm on my phone. How many cars race in NASCAR? 43. So I tell Alicia, there's 43 of these are going to go later.
Really? How do you know that?
Yeah. So I start thinking, 43 of these doing that? This is going to be insane. So we go out, we go back underneath. We walk across the track. They let us walk right out there across the track. Mm-hmm. We sit down in our seats, which are really good seats. We're right about where the starting line is. And so anyway, gentlemen, start your engine. Well, first off, we're right across from the Air Force Base. So as we're sitting there, we see all the Thunderbirds take off. Like, it's like an air show and a race. This is killer. So they get
your favorite things because you love air shows.
I do. So they take off, and the Motor Speedway is like right here in town. It's not very far out of town. 20 minutes and you're there. And so then we do the prayer and the national anthem, and then all of a sudden the Thunderbirds fly over. Like, yeah, and everybody's like, woo! It's like 100,000 people in the crowd. It's huge. It's like bigger than a football game. How many people? So anyway, then Tim Allen from Tool Time comes out, and he's the Grand Marshal. He's like, gentlemen, start your engines. It's just like, everybody's going crazy. Now, luckily, we had some backstage passes, whatever you call them in NASCAR. That's what you call them in the rock and roll world, backstage pass. Pit pass or hot pass or whatever.
Hot pass.
So we were back in the booth hanging out with Kyle Busch in the interstate battery car, and he was racing the M&M car, but anyway. And so they gave us this little package of a hat and sunblock and earplugs, and we brought hats.
And in your little mirror.
In my little mirror, so you can check your makeup. And we brought sunblock and hat. But we didn't bring earplugs. Why? Is it loud?
Yeah, I didn't.
Who knew?
I had no idea how loud it was.
Luckily, they gave us earplugs. Because they didn't. Okay, so here's what happened to me.
Would have been a short day.
Well, if this has ever happened, okay, if you have a child or you've been around children, you know what this is like. You take a 3-year-old child or a 5-year-old child. You stand them in the middle of a room, right? You stand back about 2 feet. Run up to them and go, ah! And just scream right in their face. They're going to do this. Right? That's what they're going to do, right? That's what happened when they all set their engines up. They were going around.
They started crying.
I wasn't expecting. Okay, first off, we're a little hungover from Metal Elvis, not feeling all that great in the head.
I think we slept, just a couple hours?
Couple hours. Time changed, kind of off. It's sunny. I'm not used to being outside. And anyway, they're going around, they're following this pace car. And it's like, hey, this is kind of loud. They're just going. Mm-hmm. And then, okay, this is the final lap. So right where we are was the entrance to the pits. So as they came around turn 4, as I know to call it now, the pace car goes in, and they all floor it. And I was like, it was so loud.
It was funny watching you because you're kind of shaky.
Oh my
God. And he was reaching to get his earplugs.
I'm like, oh my God, my earplugs.
To rip the plastic off the stick on your ear.
I was literally, I wanted it to stop. I was literally like a little kid, but I wanted to cry.
Maybe that should be your tip. Don't go to NASCAR after you go out the night before.
I was literally, it shook your skull. It was so loud. And then they would all, and it's a 1.5 mile track. So they all took off, and I'm like, oh. I was like freaking out.
Oh my.
And everybody else was like, yee-haw! And I'm like, oh. And then here they come again. I'm like, oh no. That's what I'm like, oh no, I got to get those. Where? And I had this bag and had the earplugs in there, and I'm like, so now I'm freaking out because here they come. And I no way was I going to make it. So they're like, and I'm like, oh my God. And I couldn't get them in fast enough. And then, it took literally about 20 laps. I was actually debating I'd like to go home. This is freaking me out. The first time I went to an air show, I was 7 years old. Same thing. Some big jet took off, right on the runway. I was 7, you start freaking out because it's so loud, this big, huge, and it was so loud, the cars, the same with seeing an airplane.
It's overwhelming to your senses.
And they're so fast. They're these humongous, big, heavy metal things going 200 miles an hour. There's 43 of them And it's like, it was just overwhelming. And then there's 100,000 people. It's also is all weird to look at. You know, you try to like, okay, I'm just going to get in my own mind here and look around. Like, I'm just seeing this big, huge 100,000 people
Like
thing.
an ocean of heads. Just
Yeah. So the only thing that it's like I could look over and see the strip, because where the speedway is, the strip is way out there in the distance. I'm like, oh, there's Vegas. I'm Vegas Dave. Oh, that's cool. I got it. I got this. And then they come back. You're like, oh! So finally we calmed down. Then we went down under the tunnel, and they can't, of course, run across the track now. We were able to get back into the pits, which I was shocked at how close they let you in. We were standing in the pits, like just standing there. Like there's guys rolling tires by you and big gas things running by.
I guess they trust everybody there.
Oh, and speaking of sound, I took some video of us in the pits. Listen to this and look, this is what 200 miles an hour looks like when you're inside the track going around. That sound, it was like that was rattling.
And they go around for how many laps? Like 200?
200 and something. Because it was the Samstown 400 Sprint Cup, 400 miles. It's a mile and a half track, so yeah, they had to go around like 230 times. And what happens is that they were all kind of bunched up there. Mm-hmm. They were like, nah. But after like 10 laps, now they're all spread out. So when you're in the middle,
so it's just constant.
It's just this constant. I mean, it was. I loved it. I loved every second of it. Like we left, we went to Gillies. Mm-hmm. Like I don't want to leave and we were still in NASCAR gear at Gillies. And I'm like, I want to go back. I fell in love. I just immediately.
I thought like just from what I've heard about NASCAR, I thought there'd be a lot more like drunken kind of rabble.
There was not a. I
didn't see any girls flash their boobs.
I didn't see any. Everybody had a full set of teeth. I did not. I think that it's either a myth or that doesn't happen.
Maybe it doesn't happen anymore,
or whatever. It did seem like just a normal group bunch of people. It looked like you were like a football game. It didn't seem like all rednecky or anything to me. It was great. It was literally wonderful. I had an absolute blast.
But then we had a couple. That was kind of I guess a little frustrating. You can get beer, but you can only like keep it drinking in a certain area. As soon as you cross through like a checkpoint where you're crossing to a different area, like in the pit, they make you drink your beer really fast.
And then you have to get another one on the other side of the gate.
You have to get another one. So we kept getting beers, and we'd cross. They're like, you can't take this. So we just chug our beers real quick, and then we go get another one. Then we do have to do it again and again.
I know.
We don't want to waste it.
Yeah. It was kind of a pain. But I got to say, that was, if you get a chance to go to a NASCAR race, go to a NASCAR race. I literally just had a blast.
It was fun.
It was totally fun. So then along those lines.
Thank you.
So then St. Patrick's Day was that very next week, right? Mm-hmm. So we can't not do something for St. Patrick's Day, especially when St. Patrick's Day is on a Saturday.
Right.
So we had bought tickets.
This is for Friday though.
Was it?
Yeah, this is Friday.
Oh, St. Patrick's Day was Friday. Oh, it was the day before St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, when we did this.
Right. Oh, yeah, it was the day before St. Patrick's Day. And we'd gotten tickets for this way ahead of time. We mentioned it last week's show, the Doublin' Down Festival. Get it? Vegas, Doublin' Down, Double Down, Dublin. And
Doublin' Down.
Doublin' Down. Okay, now we went because Flog and Molly was headlining, and they were incredible.
Oh, it was awesome.
Now I gotta suggest whoever put this festival on to maybe rethink the word festival.
I think maybe what's going on is this was the first year that they were doing it, and it's because they said the first annual.
It was.
Blah, 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 and so they're going to continue to do it. So I think in the future, maybe they might aspire to live up to the name, festival.
Because there was nothing festival about it.
Yeah, it was a little kind of. I mean, we went to go see Flogging Molly, so
and it was
we weren't disappointed.
Right. And it was cheap. I think it was $20. It was $25.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Yeah,
for 5 bands.
4 bands.
So let's paint the picture here.
Okay.
So it's Thomas and Mack, which is where that is, the big arena.
4505 South Maryland Parkway.
Yes, right there across the street from the Double Down.
Yep.
Never been there. First time at the Thomas and Mack. Gorgeous facility. Really nice.
Very nice.
So we show up early because the ticket said 4 to 9 or whatever, and then or 6 to 9. But everything said something different.
The ticket said 4. The website said 6.
But they don't even have an official website.
8.
Right. So it's either on UNLVtickets.com or what. Nobody had an actual website, so we didn't know when it started. I looked at the tickets and it said doors at 6. Mm-hmm. But there's like a band and some vendors outside in a free public area at 3. So we were smart and went at 5. So I'm like, I don't want to go at 3 and find out there's nothing out there.
We're just waiting around.
And it was nothing out there. I mean, there was a band playing that was kind of like more of a 311 Sublime kind of hippie pot smoking band, and which I guess they were called like green something. It's like, oh, you're green because it's pot, not green because it's Irish. Hey guys, get this together. It's not, it's a different green. They weren't bad though.
But they had a beer truck there. So
they did have a beer, and but that was the only thing they were selling. There was like a couple vendors that were selling like energy drinks
and cigars.
And cigars. It was like,
but there was no Irish gear. There was no
nothing.
There was no nothing.
There was no nothing. Now, there was a kind of an IQ test at the bar booth, though, at the beer booth, the beer truck, because Guinness was 8, Bud Lights and everything, all the beers were 8, except they had a special on Foster's, not the most Irish of beers, but it was 6. So we said 2 Foster's because you get the oil can, and the guy goes 2 ounces more, or $2 cheaper and 8 ounces more, or whatever. He's like, you guys are smart. Like, why isn't everybody having?
That's our festival drink of choice, by the way.
It is.
Same thing at the Renaissance Fair.
We always get Foster's.
The giant Foster's. Mm-hmm. It'll last you longer.
Exactly. So we go. So it wasn't very festive. We kind of just stood there.
And it was windy, and we're just kind of hanging out.
Yeah. So it was. I'm glad we didn't show up at 3, or we would have went back home and came back at 6, because that was just ridiculous. So we go inside. Everybody at the Thomas and Mack is so nice. Like, I've never been to a concert where the staff is like, "Hey, come on in. How you doing?" Whoa, they must all be
so
hospitality students at UNLV, because they're all very nice.
Oh, good point.
I just made that up, and I bet that's what they are.
Probably.
And so we go in. It's open seating, like the concert seating, like Killing a Kid, Who, Cincinnati kind of seating. Well, that's an old joke. It's not even a joke, but remember in the Who, the kid died in Cincinnati, and no more concert seating. Anyway, but it was sold out, but they didn't sell it out to capacity. They just sold as many tickets. So the upper seating was just kind of seat yourself, and the floor was packed. Just to paint a picture before I go any further, let's show a little bit of Flog and Molly. I took some video of them playing. Look how crazy this concert is.
Got the audience there too.
Oh yes. How awesome is that?
I want one of those little whistles.
Penny whistle?
Penny whistle.
No, it was. I mean, the floor was crazy. It was so much fun.
That was a huge mosh pit going on down there.
Oh,
it was crazy.
It was just utterly amazing. The only thing, so the bands that played, here's where I have the problem, was the timing and all that was kind of a little weird. And then the first band, Brothers of Brazil, I give a 9. They were.
Oh, those guys were crazy.
And I even put down the website because it's so weird. It's brothersofbrazil.uol.com.br.
That must be for Brazil.
It's a Brazilian thing. There's their website. These guys are like, I wrote down what they did. Oh, no, I didn't. They sound like, how can you even describe them? There's 2 guys. They're brothers. They're from Brazil. And one guy plays acoustic guitar and sings. The other guy plays drums and sings. And they're just crazy, show-tuney, bizarre.
Making animal noises and jumping around.
Yeah, they were crazy. I give a 9. They were utterly fantastic.
They were very entertaining.
Yes, they were great. And they only played for a half hour. All the bands were half hour.
But they were not Irish.
I mean, look at these guys. I mean, they're nutty. I mean, just crazy. They play like almost Parisian. Is that what you call it? Paris, like that kind of weird, sultry. I don't even know how you explain them. Anyway, they're great. Check them out.
very interesting.
So they were first. Then Sean and Xander came out. Never heard of him before. But Xander is Xander Schloss, which he was a guitar player in Circle Jerks and the Weirdos and Joe Strummer. I mean, he's a famous old punk rock guy. And they were really good too.
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay.
Just 2 guys and then another 2 guys.
Yeah, okay, but they play like folk, pop, country, ragtime, blues, gospel is what they say on their site. And that's absolutely the perfect way to describe them. They play like some deep blues like stuff.
Oh, God, yeah. Pretty songs.
They were another acoustic number. Like it was acoustic guitars. The one guy with the acoustic guitar, and he actually came up with what's that other thing? That lute. He played a lute.
Oh, what was it called?
Oh, a bazooka.
Bazooka?
Oh, it's a bazooka. Whatever, it's like a guitar, whatever.
Yeah,
he played that.
Crazy instrument.
They were wonderful. I mean, literally, they were good. I mean, I like Brothers Brazil better, but they were really, really good. Now, but the problem is here, none of these are Irish. Like,
Oh, then there was. Then
but
there
wait,
was,
I haven't got to that yet. But the first off, I'm going, these are really good, but where's the Irish festival?
Yeah.
There's nothing Irish about this.
I guess it's just Dublin Down Festival. Maybe maybe it will never be Irish.
I don't know. Maybe not. Then the next band was from Southern California. They were called Suede Head. I gave them a 2. They were the most boring. I can't believe people aren't like. It just sounded like music. Like you look at music and the next year it's like, oh, I'm playing this. They had a horn section. They were almost ska, but not really. Kind of boring.
I was excited. I thought it would be more ska.
But they weren't. It was just. They sounded like an '80s band, kind of like or maybe like a '90s, like a Fine Young Cannibals kind of band, or UB40 kind of.
Yeah, you were referencing UB40. I don't know if I.
They weren't, but not as much flavor as UB40. Yeah. And again though, not Irish at all. Nothing Irish about him. I think the singer had an accent, but I thought it was English. Anyway.
He was English.
Then Flogging Molly came out. Flogging Molly.
Oh my God.
Just killed it. It was so much fun. We had a blast. We were dancing and singing and
we had lots of beers.
And it was just amazing. We were sitting there, a bunch of friends showed up just from the clubs, like, hey, it's the Ivies. I'm like, oh, hey, it's the people. And then Ira and Marie showed up, and we had like a big, bunch of people just saw us. It's so weird, a small town to go to a concert. We ended up with 6 people.
Yeah, and we ended up actually going out later that night.
Yeah, so the concert ended, we ran over to Freakin' Frog and had absinthe and...
Oh, yeah. Wow, were doing absinthe shots. And actually, we found out a very nice way to do absinthe shots.
They drink it with Coke.
Straight Coke.
I would have never
Straight
done
Coca-Cola, so it's half and half.
And then you were questioning our friend, he's a DJ friend of ours, who plays all over town, Mad Hatter. You were questioning his thinking. He said, I do absinthe with Coke because Coke has anise in it, and the anise from the Coke mixes with the anise of the absinthe, and it works really well. And we were like, child, you don't know what you're talking about. We know. And dang it if he wasn't right.
And it tasted very good.
It was, I know.
Although I don't know. Well, actually, I was doing some research.
And there is anise.
And the internet said that the original Coke formula had some anise in it, but I don't know if it still does.
So it was
still,
great.
It works really well.
And you know our rule, when you do absinthe, the night takes a turn. So it did. We ended up at stakeout after that and eating, and we were out till the wee hours. Which sucked because I had to play the next night. Or that night, later. So we got home, we ate, sobered up, just hung out till the wee hours, then went home, slept for a few hours, woke up. I had to play that night. Played at Vamped, which was great. Ended up at McMullen's. The great thing about this particular St. Patrick's Day was I don't like to drive on St. Patrick's Day because you're drinking and there's all kinds of checkpoints everywhere.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of insane.
So because I was playing, I wasn't drinking. So hey. So we spent the most of the night where I was stone sober. So we drove to to McMullen's, which they normally have a big festival, but because it rained that day.
Yeah, they sent all the the whole stage set up outside. They sent all the bands home.
Right. So we just went in, and now I could drink because McMullen's 24 hours and they have food. So about 7 in the morning, sobered up and had some. I had a sandwich that I didn't really like. It's the first time I've ever had food there. I wasn't crazy about, but I think it was because they had a special menu and it was.
I had the Irish cheddar burger, and
which
it was really,
good.
really good.
I know, that was good. So we sobered up and went home. That's another tip. St. Patrick's Day. In Vegas, just stay out all night. Don't even try to drive home.
Go home.
Don't even try to drive home with all the drunks. Stay where you're at. Eat. Go to a food truck. Do whatever you do. Sober up.
There you go.
That's what I did. So that was our NASCAR St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Food truck and adventure.
Just to recap, Tommy Rockers, I thought it was great. I would go there any weekend. If you're in town, it's fun, jumping, the music's loud, really killer. And it's very much like a Jimmy Buffett kind of thing, the kind of vibe.
Yeah.
That kind of cantina, beer drinking, singing those kind of songs, kind of vibe.
But I would go when the food trucks are there.
Okay, and Saturday night, I give it a 10 because now you've got food at Tommy Rockers. Apparently it's good. But you've also got whatever random thing is happening outside.
You can try a bunch of different things.
And you can wait till 1, 2 in the morning and then get those executive chef crazy meals.
I want to try that.
I know. I think we should almost do that this week. Well, we can't this weekend.
This weekend.
Crazy. Well, we'll talk about that at the end of the show. So I give that a 10. The Riviera Metal Elvis, April 6th and 7th. You got to go to that.
We're going back.
We're going back. That's a 10 easy.
We had to leave early.
Right, because of NASCAR.
the NASCAR. So I'm going to actually see the whole thing.
And Las Vegas Motor Speedway, NASCAR, I give a 10 as well. I am now.
It was very nice.
That was great. I will never miss that. In fact, we want to go out for the national finals NHRA drag racing. That's happening.
When is that?
That's happening at the end of the month. Apparently that's cool too. That's at Speedway as well. Dublin Down Festival. I give it a Flug and Molly a 10. The rest of the festival a 7. But you can only go on.
Yeah, keep going, guys. Maybe next year.
Yeah, keep trying. Keep trying. Good effort.
And actually, they were supposed to have vendors inside.
They had vendors, but it was just the pizza place and the normal vendors that are inside the arena.
Actual vendors.
By the way, the Thomas and Mack Theater must be sponsored by Jack Daniels. First off, the drinks were cheap. Have you ever been to a concert and the drinks are cheap? The drinks were cheap. The beers were $6 and the drinks were $6 in a sports arena.
Yeah.
They're that price.
Well, they had the Jack Daniels bar. They had, I think it was, everything's a Jack Daniels.
It wasn't bad. I'm like, this is not bad. That's not
not bad at all.
So we had a great time. So that I would go. So Thomas and Mack gets an A+ for just pricing and just all that. We got a chat room question.
Oh. Yes, you do have a chat room question. The crusty old fossil rocker wants to know.
Right.
How long did it take for you to get home from the race?
You know what? We left 40 laps out, so we got home in 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Yeah, and we went really early.
We also did that. Since we did leave at 7 a.m., we got there before anybody else did. Well, not really, but we drove right in, and we had to get our credentials and all that. And so we were there early, no problem. Parked right at the gate, like right at the exit. So about 40 laps from the end, because our boy Kyle Busch already wrecked. So I was like, let's get, and then we got right out in 25 minutes.
Yeah, it was easy, painless.
So, yeah, now if we waited till the end, we'd still be in traffic trying to get out right now, from what I understand. There's people still trying to get home. I don't think it's that bad here because there's multiple ways out, and if you take the stadium or the Motor Speedway out right to the 15, apparently it's not too bad. But we went out the other direction, out Las Vegas Boulevard. But no, it's no problem.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah. So all in all, a success it was.
Yes, it was.
So that's enough from us. Let's hear from you. Hey, bartender. It's a shame that Scott's not here to hear this.
I know. We got a really
be watching.
Really good email.
Okay.
Oh, he is? Oh, good. We want to hear what he says. Okay, this one's from Kevin B.
Hey, Kevin B.
First he's got a comment, then he's got a question.
All right.
Okay, David, Alicia, thanks for your show.
You're welcome.
Scott is lucky to have you.
I'll say.
I'm streaming your Vegas-y goodness every week on Roku. Awesome.
Wow, Scott's lucky to have us.
Scott, you're so lucky.
Man.
Okay, now here's his question.
Right.
Oh, wait, does Scott have a response?
No.
Okay.
Well, no, he is lucky. We're lucky to have Scott, too. As well.
No, yeah, no, totally.
Miss you.
But, I like to hear Scott's comments.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, that's all. Okay, here's the question. Is it legal to walk down the street in Vegas with a drink?
It is. We've always known this, but I actually did a little research. You can even walk down with glass. They don't like to give you glass, like at a pool. They don't give you glass. Yes, absolutely. The only place I can think of that's even like that, I think there's some place in Florida that doesn't have an open container law. Of course, New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
New Orleans and Las Vegas. That's it. You can just get it to go. Usually, so you don't steal their glasses. What glass I mean by a bottle of beer. You can walk out with a bottle of beer.
But like a martini glass.
Yeah, you don't want to steal their glass. So usually what we do, we call it a traveler. That's kind of the industry term. That's what the bartenders call it. If you got a drink and you want to take a walk, you're like, oh, can I get a traveler? They'll just pour it into a plastic and you can just take it with you. And it's not because you can't take glass. They don't want you stealing their glass.
Even though I'm sure that happens all the time.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure all the casinos trade glassware.
Or just it's written into their budget. But absolutely sure can. You just get it to go. That's how they sell those 1 yard.
Oh, yeah, wear around your neck.
Yeah, the guitars with the drinks.
Yeah,
and you could just walk down the street, no problem.
Yep, that's what we love about this town.
The weird thing is I talked to Portland Dave about this. He's a cab driver. And but you can't drink in a car. Even in a cab or a limo even.
But you can drink in the back of a limo.
You can.
Are you really not allowed to?
I think in a limo, I don't know. It's a weird, I don't know how it works.
Well, because they have bottle service in the back of limos. And every time, before when we were vacationing a lot, we'd always ride in cabs. And
they just take it with you.
We'd always take our drinks.
Yeah, but I don't think you're supposed to. I think I
Okay.
talked to PD and he doesn't allow it or whatever. But
He doesn't allow it?
Well, he's by the books, that guy.
Oh.
But
Okay.
I don't think you're supposed to. But it's get to go, walk down the street.
Yeah, perfectly
In
legal.
fact, that's a problem when we go to any other city outside of New Orleans, is we're like, oh, I just got a drink, but I'm kind of sick of this place. Let's just get it to go. No. You got to
Yeah.
sit here and finish it. In fact, when I used to smoke, it was even worse because you can't go outside and smoke with your drink. Not even in the smoking patio.
Right, so you got to slam your drink.
Right, or leave it with somebody and go outside and smoke.
That checkpoint thing, like finish your drink before you go there.
I know.
have
Here-
to pee on the butt.
This is Vegas. Knock yourself out. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much, Kevin B.
It doesn't happen in Vegas, but it happens on our show. Last call.
What did Scott say? We hear he had a comment.
All right. Scott says that he is the luckiest boy, so much so that he's got Dave and Alicia's faces tattooed on his.
Yeah. I know because we had to model for that, and that took forever.
Yeah.
And we're like, do we really have to stand next to his butt to get it tattooed on his butt? Can't we just stand over here and you could look? That was a crazy night.
It was.
Last call. This is where sometimes I tell you how not to get knocked out, knocked up, thrown out, thrown up, or thrown in jail in Las Vegas.
You said thrown up.
I always say thrown up. It says thrown. Oh, it says throw up. Yes, it does. But I've always said thrown up. Because thrown up is what you do after you've thrown up. It's not the past tense.
No,
of
it's
throw
like
up.
somebody threw you up.
Oh, threw up.
Like you're actually getting thrown up.
Right.
I guess you could get thrown up by
Hey,
somebody.
You're smart. I was listening to a commercial today about, I think it's called not charter school. There's a school here in town that's supposed to be better than all the other schools. It's like a private school.
Uh-huh.
And they actually teach you stuff. And the commercial was brilliant because, like a school that actually teaches you something.
A charter school? Yes.
Yeah, but it's called something. Anyway, so they're not sponsoring the show, so I don't care. But yeah, but they got a name. It's the name of the school. Anyway, they had a great commercial, and it was two moms talking and didn't know the answer to something, and the daughter answered them. And I thought, that's a great commercial. And what she answered them was two things that I thought were brilliant. One was, is it further or farther? And the daughter knew the answer. I forgot the answer, but she said, further is for distance and farther is for travel. I don't know. I don't remember the answer because I'm an idiot. But the next one I did remember, and I'm afraid, I don't even want to give it out because I want it to be my little secret that I know that other people don't know.
Do share with the world.
Oh, maybe. It's less or fewer. And the answer, the daughter said, less is for something you can't count, and fewer is for things you can. Oh. I thought, that's brilliant. So it's like, the question was, the mom was writing a letter, should I use less words or fewer words? And the daughter goes, less is for things you can't count, fewer is for things you can. I'm like, man, that's the best commercial. But apparently it's not because I don't remember what the commercial was for. So I don't remember.
You know what? I heard.
I remember the name of the school was.
I heard the same school on the radio. There wasn't the same examples, but
Right.
it was. And I heard it. I was driving home from.
Yeah, they're really pushing this school here in town, and it's like this. There was another one that's about teaching you how the son knew like how the government worked. Like whoa, and like most things that most people don't know, like all the branches of government, blah blah blah. And the kid just knew it. And that's the thing is, and that's this school. But like I said, maybe it's not a great commercial because they should be selling the name of it. But I could tell you, if we ever had a youngin', they're going to that school. They could teach us what further and
Whatever that
farther,
school's called.
whatever it's called. But we learned last weekend a little tip too, to make plans, buy tickets, and go to that event. We have for 4 years put that off in this town. We don't do shows. We don't do concerts. We're not really. We just kind of go to. We just let the day take.
We always plan on doing things, and then we just get sidetracked and we do other stuff.
I know.
Because
So-
there's so much stuff to do.
I know, because we just like doing that serendipitous fun. Let's just go out, we'll park somewhere, and have fun. And that's still my favorite thing in the world to do. But we started learning when something goes on sale, buy the tickets. We used to go, oh, we got to go to that dumb thing. But then now we're learning in our old age that dumb thing is actually really fun.
You didn't want to go to NASCAR. You were trying to think like, how do we get out of the?
I know, and that's just
now it's your favorite thing.
Okay, a couple things come to mind. The Anonymity Ball is happening this Saturday night at the Las Vegas Country Saloon downtown. Mm-hmm. Go to that.
Oh yeah, don't miss it. It's so much fun.
We got double booked. We're going to a hockey game that night. because we have tickets. Someone got us tickets, so we got to go. And I want to go. We've been wanting to go, and we're going to have a great time. And we're going to get out about 10 o'clock and go, now let's go to the Anonymity Ball, which is the greatest thing in the whole world. So we're going to go do that. We bought tickets this year for Viva Las Vegas, which is the big rockabilly festival that happens in about a month, right? Over at the Rio. It's a 4-day rockabilly festival that's got car shows, concerts, fashion shows, burlesque shows.
Wayne Hancock,
or maybe my favorite recording artist of all time, is playing. In fact, that's how I found out about going. And I think it was $115 pre-sale. Like, that's a lot. It's for 4 days, and you're allowed to get into everything. The pool, the tiki pool parties, the show,
the burlesque shows, all the concerts.
In this town, it's so hard to just commit and get the ticket. In fact, Ira can tell us, because he writes me all the time. He wrote me today. Hey, well, there's a show on Sunday. And I'm like, oh, I think we got something. From now on, just say, okay, I'm going to go. Well, unless we know we have something. But I mean, just
don't double book.
Don't double book, because we did that on Saturday. But just go.
That's my tip.
So much fun. We were going to go to, it turned out it was too expensive. Don Rickles is playing New Orleans this week.
I know. I want to see him so bad.
But they're $85 to start.
To start per ticket.
Come on. We can't do it. We can't.
He's 85 years old, so it's $1
a year, I guess. But no, make the plans and do it. I think that's so awesome to do that. So that's my take, and we're going to learn. We've learned our lesson. We're going to do that. Like I said, anonymity. Just go. Just get your tickets to Anonymity 4 and go. Get your tickets to Viva Las Vegas and go. Scorpions is playing Thomas and Mack. Their last show. We didn't get tickets yet. We gotta go.
Well, they're not on sale yet. I
think they are. Yeah, we just gotta go. We always say no, but just get them. We can go to Stage Door in Margaritaville next weekend. We should do this stuff. So that's my ticket.
Very nice.
Thank you, live studio audience.
Thank you, live chat room.
Live chat room. Pub Crawl at Vegas Video Network. Pub Crawl at VegasVideoNetwork.com is our email address. We're on the Roku, as Kevin B. watches us. Thank you, Kevin B. And what else we got? Twitter. We're the LV Locals. The network is Vegas Video Network, without vowels and network, but you can find it. We now have a Facebook page with 1 like, me. Or did you like it?
Not yet.
Oh, so it's just 1 like.
Just 1 like.
That's Facebook.com/LV Pubcrawl. We're on KSHP 1400 AM every Friday night. Gotta love that.
We've also got you can record a voice message to us.
Right on the website.
Clicking on the little tab on the right-hand side.
Right. Check out the other shows. Can't go wrong with the other shows. And remember, Pub Crawl urges you to drink responsibly. We demand it, actually. And we may leave stuff out, but we don't make stuff up. Until next week.
Cheers.
Cheers.